17, that's a hard one.
I'm gonna have to
I
go with the
mean,
I put the
Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Only Vikings. I really don't know. I don't want to put the Vikings because I think that they might squeeze into that seventh spot in the playoffs, but I'll go ahead and put the Vikings. They have not shown up. I thought they were going to be
They've
pretty.
underperformed like a lot this season. I mean, they have great receivers, Thielen and Justin Jefferson. I mean,
Yeah.
get a wide
They've got-
receiver duo. I mean, Kirk Cousins, you can get a little better quarterback than that, but Kirk Cousins hasn't been doing that bad this
No,
season.
he hasn't. It's like, I mean, he's not the greatest decision maker, but when he throws it, it's a nice ball. I mean,
Yeah.
that's for sure. But I think their struggles mainly come from that coaching staff on offense. I just they're after Stefanski, I think is his name, signed with the Browns to become their head coach. Their
Yes.
offense has just not clicked. I mean, you can't. Yeah, you got to be in Kirk Cousins' ear. He is not a good decision maker. You've got to tell him what to do. Without Stefanski in his ear, I don't think that they'll go. I mean, I think they squeeze out the playoffs or squeeze into the playoffs, but their first round exit at most.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they make the playoffs. They've just kind of underperformed this year, to be completely honest. The Stephon Diggs trade, that was a little confusing to me. You're trading away a very good wide receiver in the middle of a team that's trying to, contend. And then,
Yeah.
once Stefanski, or however you say his name, once he left for the Browns, it just kind of went all downhill from there. So,
Who y'all got at 16?
I put the Bears. I mean, I think the Bears are declining and shouldn't be at 16, but I mean, they did start the season 5-1, so I mean, they could turn it around. But I just don't think they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with the Miami Dolphins here.
Agreed. Yep.
They haven't really – they've improved, but with the whole Tua situation, is he injured? Is he healthy? Is he getting benched? It's just not a lot of clarity coming out. I'd like to see more of that. And it's just, it's a good team. They're doing better than I thought they would, but I don't see them doing as much as, playoff contention.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Their defense has really carried that offense, and once that defense gets I think they play the Chiefs week 15 or something, then they'll get exposed there because the Chiefs will whoop them. I'm almost positive that they will because Patrick Mahomes will eat that secondary alive. I know it's not Xavier Howard. I don't know his name, but pretty good cornerback. And Byron Jones, I just think Patrick Mahomes will kill them. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Le'Veon Bell. They'll destroy them. And then when Dolphins have to rely on their offense, they'll get pummeled. So that's why I've got them at 16.
Agree.
So 15. 15, I got to put the Titans. I know that they got to win over the Ravens, but if you're the Titans and Derrick Henry's having an off game, you're done. You're not winning that game. They rely too heavily on Derrick Henry. You just can't do that.
I just don't think the Titans deserve to be 15.
I
Yeah.
think that's a bit low.
I don't know. I'm just. Yeah.
I have
Not a
the
huge
Dolphins.
Titans fans. You are.
I have the Dolphins at 15. I mean, a loss to the Broncos is definitely. I mean, they were headed in the right direction.
Then they lose to the Broncos, yeah.
Lose to the Broncos. I mean, yeah. I would put them higher, but I mean, they lost. So.
Yeah.
What about you, Colin?
At 15, I'm going to have to go with the Cleveland Browns here. Odell's injured. They've been doing good, admittedly, but I just think Baker Mayfield's too inconsistent to get anything, really going. That's about it for me on the Cleveland Browns.
14. I'm going to...
This one's tough. I got to think about this one a little bit.
I'm probably going to have to put in the Raiders here at 14. Yeah, I got to go with the Raiders at 14. They've looked good. They've been close in some games, but honestly, some of their games, the scoreboard has been misleading. Like, I don't know. I just think that Derek Carr is not elite. Now, I might get some negative feedback from that, but I don't know. I just feel like he's average at everything. He's an average runner,
Yeah.
average passer, average decision maker. He's not that clutch. I mean, I just can't put him higher than like 13 or 14. The defense doesn't help him either, so that's where I've got him.
I put the Browns at 14. I mean,
I can
the
see that.
Browns, yeah, they've been having a pretty good season, but they've been beating up on terrible teams, to be honest. They haven't
Yep.
had great competition, and when they have, they've lost.
Right.
I mean, they got killed by the Steelers, killed by the Ravens. Yeah, I mean, they'll probably
Yeah.
go down, honestly, if they continue to play good teams. I don't know what the rest of their schedule is, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think they drop out of the playoff race if they play tough to beat teams.
What about you, Colin?
This is 14, correct?
14.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the Arizona Cardinals here. Amazing offense, probably one of the funnest to watch in football. But the defense, man, it just sells them out every time. I mean, Isaiah Simmons was supposed to be the guy to fix it, but he hasn't really done too much. I think we can all admit that they got lucky in the win over the Bills. I just
Yes.
don't think their offense is amazing, but their defense is just awful. And when you play in the NFC against the high-powered offenses like the Packers and the Seahawks, teams like that, you're gonna get in trouble. And I just don't see them doing that much in the playoffs.
Yeah. I agree. 13, I'm going to put the Browns. I mean, I put them over some pretty good teams, but, I mean, they've still got some weapons on offense, especially with Nick Chubb coming back. That's the best backfield in the league. Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Plus, their offensive line has improved a lot this season, so that's why I've got them at 13. Defense doesn't do much, but they do what they can to win. Defense does the bare minimum for them to win.
In the NFL, that's all you need. The bare
Yep.
minimum to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Oakland Raiders,
I
13.
can see that. Yeah, I think the Browns, Oakland Raiders for me are interchangeable. Just
Yeah,
really
I
depends
agree.
on week to week. What about you, Colin?
At 13, this is going to come as a surprise to some people, but I got the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, dare I say it, has been figured out by NFL defenses. The Ravens' defense has improved from last season, but their offense has regressed. Lamar Jackson has regressed. Hollywood Brown has regressed. They're going to make the playoffs most likely, even though they're out of the picture right now. But I just don't see them doing much damage in the playoffs, honestly.
I do see the Ravens going out in the first round.
Yeah,
I just
12. Oh, my bad.
if they can't win when they have a 14-2 regular season, what makes me think they're gonna win when they have, say, a 10-6,
Yeah.
11-5 regular season?
Mm-hmm. Now, segueing into that, 12, I've got the Ravens for the same reason. Lamar Jackson, defenses have figured him out. Make him pass. That's all. That's all you got to do. I mean, the right tackle or left tackle, I think it's Ronnie Stanley. He got hurt for the rest of the season. He's out.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big loss. Besides that, he doesn't have that many weapons on offense. It's pretty much Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, Hollywood Brown complaining about not getting targets, and he's not a game changer. He's not that spark that they need to help Lamar. But that's why I got him at 12, right?
I have
Yeah,
the
12.
LA Rams at 12. I mean, yeah, they just got a big win over the Buccaneers, but it's really kind of hit or miss to me with the Rams. It seems like they'll have a great week one week, and then they'll have a not so great week next. I mean, yeah, they've had good weeks most of the time,
Yeah,
but I mean, it just seemed like the Rams have had great weeks and then awful weeks to me.
right. What about you, Colin?
For number 12 here, I'm going to have to go with the Raiders. Derek Carr, he's doing enough to get by. He's really not a superstar by any means, but he is he is an NFL quarterback, and he's a decent quarterback at that. Um, that's about it for me, honestly.
All right. So 11. This might come as a surprise, but for me, I'm going to have to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mm.
I mean, I cannot get over how inconsistent Tom Brady is. He's one game, he'll throw 4 touchdowns and 400 yards, and the next, he'll go like 11 and 34 for 100 yards and 2 picks. Like you cannot do good in this league if you are inconsistent. Same reason why I put the Browns low is because Baker Mayfield's inconsistent. I got to keep it. I got to keep the trend going. I got to go with the Buccaneers. It's just they rely too heavy on their defense, and when you get those high-powered offenses in the NFC, like the Packers and the Seahawks and the Cardinals, you're not going to win if you rely on your defense. It's too much pressure.
I'm gonna put the Ravens here. Yeah, Lamar and has been figured out. I do agree. I mean they're 6-4, which is way worse than they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, the Ravens are good. I just don't see them doing any damage at all in the playoffs.
Right.
They'll win a few more games in the regular season, but I don't see them making it out of the wild card.
Here
Who you-
I'm gonna have to go with the Rams. Jared Goff, he's not amazing. He's all right. They're just that's about it for the Rams. I mean, they're all right. They have Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, which is probably one of the best, linemen, freaking secondary that you can get in football. But it just really hasn't shown as much results as I would like in terms of, winning. Granted, they are playing in the best division in the NFL. But even then, I'm going to have to put them at 11.
Mm-hmm. Number 10. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Here's where it gets tricky for me. Because there's still some pretty good teams up here on the board. Like, you still got the Steelers. I still got the Colts up here. I've got the Rams still on here, the Cardinals. This is a toss-up, I think, between here and 6, almost. But at 10, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Colts. Phillip Rivers is not elite anymore. He's too risky with how he treats the ball. He'll turn it over 3 times a game, and somehow, some way, the best defense in the league can bail him out. They've got the best defense, that's for sure. But T.Y. Hilton's not shown up. I can't put him higher than 10. It's just too hard. It doesn't make any sense for me.
I put the Titans. Put the Titans here. The Titans do rely a lot on Derrick Henry, and I just don't think that's going to get you very far if you only rely on one player. Because, like you said earlier, Matt, if you rely on one player and he has a bad game, well, you're screwed.
Exactly.
At 10, I'm going to have to go with the Seattle Seahawks. They looked amazing to start the season, but they've kind of fallen off. Russell Wilson, amazing quarterback, amazing. DK Metcalf, amazing wide receiver. But for some reason, things just aren't really clicking in Seattle like they used to. Seahawks at number 10. IMO.
Number 9, I got to go with the Cardinals for the same reason Colin said. Defense doesn't really help them. They've got some game changers in their secondary. Patrick Peterson. Who is that guy that just got the huge contract? I cannot think of his name. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna figure out his name.
Is it Buda Baker?
Yep, that's it. Thank you. Buda Baker. Those are 2 game changers, but besides that, they don't really have anyone. Anyone that special. I mean, what can I say? Kyler Murray, just a better version of or a worse version of Russell Wilson. He's like a Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson mix because he relies a lot more on his feet or a lot more in the run game than Russell Wilson does, but he's a way better passer than Lamar Jackson. So, I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins is still great, so
Yeah.
I got him at 9.
My number 9 is going to be the Colts. The Colts defense is definitely the best in the league, my opinion. But their offense, I mean, Phillip Rivers, he's out of his prime for sure. T.Y. Hilton's not doing as good as he did last year. I mean, they don't really have great offensive threats anymore.
Right.
So if their defense does bad, I don't think the Colts have a great game. Yeah, I mean, they had a really good offensive game against the Packers. But, I mean, you're not going to see that every week from the Colts.
Who you've got here, Colin?
Here, I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to have to go with the Colts. I mean, Phillip Rivers, him and his 12 kids should have just retired down in L.A. The defense is what's carrying them for sure. T.Y. Hilton is essentially a non-factor. Jonathan Taylor is their starting running back, I believe. He's doing decent, but he has a lot of miles on him from his time at Wisconsin, and that definitely concerns me longer term. Yeah, I'm just going to have to go with the Colts here. Nothing much to say.